One day, I was preparing an English class to share as a volunteer in a free program, and in the speaking section, I noticed a piece of advice. The advice was be prepared to look silly, which means don't take yourself too seriously. And that advice was for me too, because I was not only teaching English, I was learning English as well. And I still consider myself an English student. And throughout my English journey, I have embraced that advice. I have accepted that sometimes I'll look silly while speaking English, and that's okay. That's part of the process of learning a new language. If you struggle with perfectionism or feel afraid of speaking English, stay with me because today I'm going to share 4 things I do when I feel like I'm looking silly speaking English. Sometimes I just laugh. When I say something wrong or weird, I just laugh, and it makes me recognize that making mistakes is part of the process of learning a new language. So I laugh, I make fun of myself, and it makes me relax more, and it turns the process much more smooth. When I laugh, it's a sign that I'm not giving up. I am learning. Of course, this will depend on the situation you are in. If you are in an informal situation, speaking in groups that are also learning English, it's totally fine to laugh and to have a bit of fun. So the next time you make mistakes or if you are looking silly, just laugh and don't take yourself too seriously. If I am in an awkward situation and the words suddenly disappear, I start to get nervous and confused. I ask for help. I say things like, wait, how do you say this? Or I don't know the word, but let me explain. And I try to explain the best way I can with the words I know. So when people see that you're trying to explain your ideas and to share your thoughts, they will respect your effort. And even more importantly, you will start to respect yourself. The third thing that I do when I feel like I'm looking silly while speaking English is to elaborate on my thoughts. Very similar to what I just said before. So when asking for help is not enough because sometimes the other person doesn't know what you're trying to say. And then you will need to elaborate on your thoughts to calm down and try to explain it the best way I can. For example, once I had a meeting with the marketing manager of my team, and I wanted to share an idea that I had for a marketing campaign. I had used that idea before, but it was in Portuguese, which is my native language. So when I tried to explain it in English, the words suddenly disappeared. And I needed to finish my thought because the other person was waiting for me. So I calmed down and I said, I know there's a way to do this and that. And I tried to explain with the words I knew. And she understood. We even applied that idea later on. So it wasn't perfect. It wasn't the way I wanted to share it, but I got my point across, and that's what matters. So these kind of moments builds confidence and helps me to practice flexibility, which is super important when you are communicating in English. Fourth thing is to celebrate progress. We tend to focus so much on those moments when our English didn't sound the way we wanted that we forget to celebrate the little wins. Every time I try, every time I speak up, I celebrate it. I remind myself, fluence doesn't mean perfection. Fluency means being understood, being brave, and connecting with people. And the situation that I mentioned at my work, I could have left that meeting thinking that my English was horrible, that I wasn't able to express a marketing concept that I know so well. But I did the opposite. I celebrated that moment, even if it wasn't perfect. That's what I have to share with you. Looking silly is part of the process of learning a new language and is totally fine. It means you are showing up, it means you are trying and you're growing. I hope this video encourages you to face self-doubt and to keep going on your English journey. And before you go, I want to share a quote that I read this week that fits perfectly with today's message. And it says, that which persists in doing becomes easier. Not that the nature of the thing has changed, but that our power to do it has increased. So if this inspired you, I invite you to watch a video that I have here where I share what I did to learn English in a country where less than 5% of people speak English fluently. You will see it's all about persistence. Thank you for being here, and I wish you all the success in your English journey.